Oi, oi. Hello. Yeah, so this is just a quick video. I know I'm done for a few weeks, but, I have business to take care of. Yeah. This isn't a review. This isn't, breaking news. This isn't about, new championship titles or, people's contracts being up and they're probably going to leave. Those are things that are for dirt sheets and not for Will Nitro. Because as we all know, Will Nitro leaves and cold hard facts. It's live. I apologise. So, what am I here to talk about? Well, let's just go back in time. So, previously, I have talked about the World Wrestling Federation, the world leader in sports and entertainment. I have talked about WCW, where the big boys play. Yeah, indeed. And I'm going through the shows and I'm reviewing them as I go. Now, you know, I'm reviewing shows that are only on the network, so that's probably why you haven't heard from me for a while with old shows, because basically a lot of the old shows up until soon weren't, aren't, and probably will never be on the WWE network, unfortunately, which is a shame. But on that note, so I will continue to talk about the World Wrestling Federation and World Championship Wrestling. I did think about talking about the USWA, because there is some stuff from them and Smoky Mountain on the network. And when I get to those shows, I will talk about those. There's not many, admittedly, but I will talk about them. I will talk about the shows now. I was only going to stick to WWE shows because pretty much that's what I watch. However, I like AEW. I'm contradicting myself here. I would say I like AEW. I think I can tolerate it more now. Maybe come back to me when this new Saturday night shows with that ingrate person who, doesn't mean anything to me and shouldn't really mean anything to anybody in the wrestling world. Fan, in-ring, behind the scenes, whatever. He's an ingrate and he should be booted out. You know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to say his name, but you know who I'm talking about. How about, I'm not going to talk about him, and I'm not going to talk about AEW tonight, or Ring of Honor, or Progress, still the best British thing out there. Because I don't have access to Progress anymore. I've got to pay to get Progress and ICW, and I refuse to do it. Sorry, paying enough out as it is currently. So, what am I here to talk about? Well, as you know, these reviews sometimes are brilliant, sometimes they're not. But you know, that's me. It's trial and error and trial. Love it, love it. Boom. So, tonight, I announce a new program where I am going to review, well, it'll still be on this channel, so it's not a new program, but a new selection of shows when they appear on the network. And you want to know what that is? I know you do. I know you're asking me, Will Nitro, what are you talking about? Why? Why now? Why? Well, I'm going to tell you why, because as I'm going through my shows, I have found a little nugget. Nugget, not Owen, not the Nugget Owen Hart. No, not the Rocket Owen Hart. No. I will talk about going forward when they start Raw, SmackDown, a little bit of Heat, Superstars. When they come up, I'll talk about them. CW, there's not a lot of WCW outside of Saturday night and the pay-per-views and stuff. So I'll try and find some things to talk about in those very shows. But what am I talking about tonight? I'll tell you what I'm talking about tonight. So I'll tell you, you talk about those normal promotions. Soon, this very review by me, Will Nitro, your Lord and Saviour of the wrestling world, you know it's true, will talk about... Actually, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to show you, because this review has always been a little bit, it's been missing something. And do you know what it's been missing? Well, not gold, because as we all know, Will Nitro looks glorious in gold. I am the gold standard. You know it. They know it. Oh, Vince, you know it as well. I'll tell you what I'm going to talk about, and it's this, ladies and gentlemen. This review will sooner rather than later go extreme. Keep your eyes peeled. The kendo sticks, the barbed wire, the scaffolds, and maybe, just maybe, more championships than your little minds can comprehend. Oh yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Yes, I have stolen that from the New Age Outlaws, but I don't care, because what are they going to do? What's the Road Dogg going to do? Book me in a terrible match? Oh, sorry. What's Mr. Gunn going to do? Wrestle when he's 86. And look bloody good. But, figure-wise. Anyway, get outside the point. So I will be reviewing ECW shows when I come up to them, which will be hopefully very soon. But I'm also going to segue into something else. Tonight is the WWE Draft, the first night of the WWE Draft. I'm recording this on Friday, April the 28th. So if you see this after it, apologies, but yeah, it's a draft tonight. So the question is, will anybody go from Raw to SmackDown, SmackDown to Raw, or will anybody jump or get drafted, I should say, from NXT to said shows? Should people be drafted from NXT to Raw and SmackDown, and vice versa, ladies and gentlemen? Not just that way. How about people from SmackDown and Raw, is a concept, go to NXT to restart their careers and become what they should become? And you know who I'm talking about. And there are people who have gone back to NXT recently who have upped their game. And I've always liked him. You know who I'm talking about. That's Apollo Crews. He is doing really good. And he's putting young guys over and they're doing awesome. Now, I'm not going to predict who I think should go, because I've heard rumours, so I don't want to go down that road. But what I do want to go down is, whether it's this draft or whether it's down the line, who I'd like to see from NXT on Raw, on SmackDown, and, building a career. So, do I have favourites in NXT? Yeah, I know that's not NXT, but that's the best I can do with my hands. So, yeah, I do. But I'm not going to tell you tonight. And do you know why I'm not going to tell you tonight? Because I'm Will Nitro. And I don't need to tell you. I don't need to guide you through the darkness. Because I have a problem with one person in WWE at the moment. And that is the moustache-wearing, old, improv, still thinks it's the 80s, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Oh, Vincent. So, you came back. So you left under a cloud. That cloud had a lot of dodginess about it. It was raining, it was pouring, it was thundering. Well, it's pretty like Wales, really, to be honest. But you went away, and then you said you had bad advice, and you bullied your way, yes, I said it, bullied your way back onto the board of shareholders. And you said, I won't get involved in creative. Oh, no, I'm only here to sell WWE and the streaming rights. So yes, you've signed a thing with another company thing. We won't talk about that. But what we will, and I'm calling you out, really close to the camera. I'm talking to you, Vince. Vince and Vince alone. Vincent, Vinman, Vinny, VKM, old man. Yeah, old man, because that's what you are. You're an old man. You're one devoid of creative ideas. Yes, you are. And before anyone comes at me and goes, Tony Khan, I'm not here about Tony Khan. I'm here about Vince and my problem with Vince. Vince, you handed the reins. Yeah, look at that. Reins over to Triple H last July. He's done, I think, an admirable job. Yes, there's a lot of wrestlers that aren't going where they should be going and not getting pushed in the right way. But, that's Will Nitro's opinion. So, I've got to say this, Vinny. So, if you've got the balls, because you are the genetic jackhammer, do you want to have a fresh perspective on the wrestling business? Because, Vince, I would like you to leave. Not leave because I'm under a cloud. I want you to leave. I want you to go. I don't want you around the World Wrestling Entertainment brand. I don't want you anywhere near wrestling. You have served your purpose and you did fantastically well for decade after decade. But that's in the past. I'm looking at the present and down the road to the future. And you're not part of it. Sorry, but it's true. Don't come at me. Don't sue me. In fact, if you're going to sue me, you might as well invite me. Vince, invite me to Money in the Bank at the O2 in July. Invite me to Money in the Bank where I will have an idea for you. I will have a specific idea for you, for me, and everyone in the universe, galaxy, whatever you want to call it. Vince, please leave. Please leave and take all your yes sir men with you. But if you've got the genetic jackhammer balls that I think you have, invite me to Money in the Bank. Let me have my say about the business. Let's see where we can go. Maybe we can come to some mutually beneficial agreement. But, Vince, if you don't have the grapefruits the size of Australia to invite me to Money in the Bank, that's fine. Just expect consequences. Because I'm not here just to review wrestling shows. I'm here to take over. And one day, when you least expect it, Will Nitro will run the world. You have 30 days, Vince, from now to contact me. If you don't, don't open that Pandora's box, Vince. Just don't. See you soon.